Good afternoon. Phil Lindemann with your Krystal 93 News for Mountain Comfort Furnishings and Design. Silverthorne is responding to a pair of local business owners who accuse the town of hating small business.
We want them to feel welcomed. We want them to feel supported. We want them to thrive.
That was Danelle Cook, Assistant Community Development Director.
So yeah, very disappointing to hear comments like that.
This feud began when a barbershop wanted to open in the old paint store off Annie Road and Highway 9. That barbershop would share a parking lot with an auto detailer, Retro Station. Here's the owner, Michael Scapel.
This is unfair to not give people a fair chance. There's no reason I should have to go fight for my business in front of town council.
Cook at the town explains that is exactly the process for Scapel's business. His conditional use permit requires public comment, and he is violating that permit.
Since approval of the Retro Station CUP, they've opened a second business that provides windshield replacement. They've also expanded into another building, and neither of those things were included in the original conditional use permit.
Cook says Silverthorne is working with Scapel to fix his violations. If he cannot, Retro Station might have to close.
I know the town doesn't want to see that happen, and that we would put a lot of effort into working with the business owner prior to making that determination.
And the barbershop?
If the Retro Station were not at that site, the barbershop could easily locate there. They are an ideal use for that zone district in that location.
Retro Station and the barbershop are bringing their complaints to town council next Wednesday. The dirt at the foot of Peak 1 just might hold the secret to Summit's ancient earthquakes.
I've seen faults all over the world, and it's great that there's a fault right in our backyard here.
That was Alex Hayden with the U.S. Geological Survey.
This is not a very active fault, probably one earthquake in the past 10 to 20,000 years.
She's talking about the Gore Range Fault. And no, it did not form this range.
This fault is fairly minor in the Blue River Valley topography. A lot of the topography that we have here is due to erosion.
But tracking down these ancient quakes can help predict future tremors.
We are trying to work on as many active faults as possible to learn more about them so that we can keep our models up to date about forecasting future earthquakes.
That means spending the week in a trench just south of Rainbow Lake off the Masontown Trail.
We had picked this site because the sediments were really good and we thought that they would record the earthquake.
And her team? They've hit the jackpot.
The deposits that we found are even better than we expected.
Hayden invites curious hikers to stop and ask questions. They're happy to answer. When finished, they refill and restore that trench. Local fire danger remains high today and into the weekend. No fire restrictions here in Summit County. In sports, the Rockies play the Brewers on the road today. Sunday, the Broncos open the season with the Seahawks on the road. And in local sports, the season, it's arrived here on Krystal 93. We had over a dozen athletes and coaches on Fall Sports Kickoff Week.
I'm Sophie Wilms, and I am a senior on varsity.
I'm Lizzie Johnson, and I'm a junior on varsity.
My name is Nico Novotny, and I am 17.
My name is Reese Boscraft, and I'm also 17.
Ella Hagan, 17. CC Minor, 17.
Avery Itel, 16.
Josh Shriver, 17.
Adelaide Brady, and I'm 17.
I'm Delilah Staberg. I'm also 17. I'm Olivia Lyman. I'm 17.
I'm Eli Love, and I'm 17.
I'm Maren Little, and I'm 13.
I'm Fiona Florio, and I'm 16.
I'm Cesar Sauceda.
And I'm Simeon Ryan.
But what you see on the field is only half the story. Working hard behind the scenes is a former Summit High athlete.
Haley Leichleitner, and I am the current Assistant Athletic Director at Summit High School.
While the coaches are coaching, she's working with Athletic Director Bob Bedore to do all of this.
Making sure that we have refs for the game, making sure we have parents that are willing to work the concession stand, working with our community partners, and getting an opponent here. There might be some foam fingers involved.
Leichleitner played soccer, basketball, and rugby here at Summit, then joined the soccer club at Knox College in Illinois.
Definitely more confident because I was a Summit High School athlete. I'm more resilient, caring, open-minded.
Coming back to Summit wasn't always her game plan, but she's got no regrets.
You know, Summit High School has changed over the years, but I will say that the people definitely haven't changed, and I'm lucky and very proud to still call Summit High School my home.
Thanks again to the coaches, athletes, and you, the sports fans, for tuning into Fall Sports Kickoff Week. It's brought to you by Taco Bell. In other preps, today, Summit Girls Rugby is opening the season with the Summit Sevens tournament here at home. Tomorrow, volleyball plays Stanley Lake. Cross country's running in Gypsum. Phil Lindemann, Krystal 93 News.